So, a very short video. I had Challenge Limus CX tyres on this bike, and they were pretty good, but I didn't realise this, but I was using them as road tyres, and I had the pressure up at 80 psi, and the wall of the tyre collapsed, and they were all frayed and bumpy. And so anyway, I took the Limus off and I replaced it with this Grand Prix 4000. Not a bad tyre, but I always fancied these Grand Prix 5000s because these look really cool. And they are seem to be a better built tyre, a very strong tyre. Seem to have lots of puncture support. But my God, were these things difficult to get on the rim. Took me about an hour to get these two tyres on, and although they look great and they sound great, one thing they didn't do is they didn't pop when I put them on, but they seem to be properly seated. These are 25mm tyres on a Zip 202 rim. The Challenge Limus were I think 32, and the other Grand Prix before this were 28s I think. But my worry about these wonderful looking and wonderful feeling tyres, they've got really grippy black chili compound feel to them, is that if they go, why is this one saying 28? Okay, so this makes sense now. Just noticed something. The back one is a 25, and it was really difficult to put on because the inner tube would not fit, and I ended up having to get a really narrow inner tube, and after that it was fine. So this explains why the front one went on a lot better with my standard inner tube, because it's a bigger tyre. So this bike is going to have two different sized tyres, but that's no problem at all. It means you get more grip on the front. However, as I was saying, my outstanding fear is that if I get a puncture with these, particularly on the back one, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get this tyre off and on and get a new tube in if I'm in the mountains, 20-30 miles from anywhere, and it's raining and it's getting dark and I'm facing a 5-6 hour walk home. I am a little bit nervous about what's going to happen if I get a puncture, because they're so difficult to get on. Maybe not so much the front one, it's maybe the inner tube. So what I'll do is I'll carry really narrow inner tubes that are easy to get on, because I can feel it now. I can feel that this back one is just 25. It's a much narrower tyre than the front one. I guess I bought them because I bought them at the best price. But this 25 as well, it would not properly bed at the valve. There was a big bump. The bump seems to have gone, and also the second time I put it in, the tube knotted, so there was another bump where the tube would double back on itself, but with a narrower tube all seems good. So we'll see how this goes. Continental Grand Prix 5000s these are, with this rather cool tan wall. Just an addendum to why I've got the 25 on the back and 28 on the front. I've just checked the order details from Amazon, and I ordered two 28s. And they haven't sent me two 28s. They've sent me a 28 and a 25. Thanks, Amazon.